week, so I'm not as prepared as everyone else.
Yeah.
And also my co-admin of the page is sick today, so that's why she
doesn't have
two topics.
Yeah.
So, and
So
I
we
should
weren't
mention,
able to put slides together. We didn't put a slide together for her.
so I should mention up front that in my real life, I'm a communication strategist. So I approach my page the same way I approach as if it's a client. And in fact, I do 2 pages for a very well-known restaurant group in Chicago, and then also for an executive search firm. So they're polar opposites too. So the page that Lauren and I admin is called the Westtown Public Safety Committee, and you are actually in Westtown right now.
Yeah.
And we had, so our borders are basically the river to Kedzie and Division to Lake Street, Fulton Street. And as a lot of places in Chicago, we saw a huge uptick in crime in the last couple of years. There was another page that had been formed years ago, and as it went on, we kept seeing that they were consistently inconsistent in their rules on posting, and it just seemed that the people who were the loudest and the rudest got the most time, as opposed to the people who actually cared and wanted to improve. See, how can we help our community be safer? What is it that we can't just blame the police? We have to say, well, did I call the police when I saw something, or did I offer up my security video, or what can I do? Can I just be eyes and ears? So we formed this other group, and also their membership had gotten up to about 12,000, and a lot of people didn't live in the neighborhood, so they had no skin in the game. And then we also had police officers on there who were spotting people who were actually members of gangs. And so it was kind of like letting the fox into the hen house when we're talking about what initiatives the police are taking in the neighborhood. You're actually telling the people, oh, by the way, there's a robbery mission between these and these borders, so they wouldn't go there. And our biggest challenge is ensuring balance in today's political atmosphere, because it seems that if you're anti-crime, people think you're anti-other things, and or you're anti-groups of people, and that's not true. You just want to be able to pull out of your garage and not get shot, which happened to a neighbor of ours. So we have one, and the other thing is, because it's political, because judges have to run for office, the state's attorney runs for office, the sheriff runs for office, so it becomes political in that way too. So, but the one hard and fast rule we decided when we formed this group was that you had to live or work or own a business within those borders that I set. And if we're not really satisfied, Lauren happens to be a paralegal and she can't find out anything about anyone. And so we've had some people. So the people we do let in that don't live there, but you could say they work there, are police officers. So because we think stuff they see, when people post it in real time, they might see it and be able to get somewhere or get something done. Once they are on the page, these are our rules. Remember, everybody on here is your neighbor. So you may meet them in person someday, so be careful what you say.
That will be awkward.
We talked about admin. I've had some instances where I've gone into places, or I paid one night for a takeout order with my card, and the bartender at this restaurant came over to me and he said, "Are you that Kim Shepard?" And I said, "Do you like her?" And he said, "If I would have known, your drink would have been free." I'm like, "Damn, I need her."
Should have led with that.
Yeah. So the other thing is stick to the facts, and this comes to my journalism background: who, what, when, where, why, and how. Please keep your opinion out of it. Don't. If you want to give a description, this is the order you should give the description. Avoid hyperbole. Don't exaggerate. Don't. And then 2 strikes and you're out. You don't get 3 in our group. You get 2. But guess what? We haven't booted anybody out in 8 months because people don't. They violate it once, and I send them a personal message and say, you know, your language is offending people. You need to tone it down, or I'm going to have to let you go. But Lauren was going to so I'm not going to turn on the other page. Lauren's talk. She was going to talk about taking Facebook talk into action. In other words, how do you turn a keyboard warrior into somebody who is a
community organizer? Yeah. We'll save that for another time.
Oh, okay.
Because it's an
Can I
important-
just say one
Oh,
thing that we did?
absolutely.
Oh, okay. That we had found that Lauren and I are both something called CAPS facilitators, community policing facilitators.
Lauren
So
is a member of the CLC as well, but she couldn't make it because she got
she
sick.
got the flu today.
She was supposed to speak, yeah.
So we work with the police officers every day. I work a little bit more because I had a relative who worked in that district, so I knew him better. So we found that we started pulling photographs and commentary off the pages and we're sending to detectives and police officers, and it really helped them out. And then we thought, one day a detective called me and goes, hey, does anybody at, the 500 block of Kedzie have
Cool.
cameras? And I said, oh, I don't. And I go, would it be helpful to you if we actually asked people to go onto a page and register their cameras and we could map it out for you? So we did that. So now we actually just turned it over to the police last week. And it turns out that the lieutenant of the detectives mentioned it. You've probably heard about the task force on carjackings and armed robberies and stuff. Well, that group, and when they heard that we've done this and had 130 cameras in a small area where the detectives can just go onto this page and go, oh, a crime happened there last night, and they can call up the person and not have to go out on the street. The FBI was wondering how they can maybe give us a grant to help us buy
Wow.
more cameras and do that. So
Cool.
that's turning,
See?
that's my turn, that's why I wanted to
See?
say
That's
turning
huge.
keyboard warriors into crime fighters, so.
Awesome, thank you.
You should get that grant, that Facebook grant.